Hey everybody, just a quick little glimpse slash preview here at some tests I've been running for my next few projects. What I'm working on is simulating a Pave style skin on these two dolls, a Monster High Ghoulia and an Ever After High Ginger. Back around Christmas, I spent some time fixing up a very disappointing lackluster sculpture that my mother had gotten from the Bradford Exchange. This led me down a bit of a creative rabbit hole because it reminded me of diamond paintings that I had seen before. I like the idea because I absolutely adore Pave style settings, but all the current sets out there have something of a cheap look to them, in my opinion. Anyway, I'm not going to go into detail about those projects because it's too long of a tangent. Honestly, at first I just wanted to see what it would look like and tried to search and see if anyone else had pictures of such a project, but I couldn't find any. So if anyone out there knows if this has been done before, please send me a link. I'd love to see. These are some of the little tests I ran to determine how I was going to progress and to see if this was going to work out the way I wanted it to. I carved out about 1.5 millimeter depth around the shoulders, tops of the thighs, and inside their sockets to make room for the crystals while still maintaining posability. There's a little trimming around the other joints as well. There's a variety of rhinestone brands and type effects I was trying out on just this half of the doll. The torso is mostly leftover pieces I had from other projects. The doll's left half is an unrelated test. That's a red metallic automotive spray paint with a clear varnish finish. Personally, I love how it turned out and may do some dolls with pretty effects like this in the future. I only partially carved out inside the knee joint for this test, and only part of it, not the whole thing. But it definitely seems like that if I did that for all the joints, it should create a full coverage effect that won't scrape off when the limbs move. But back to the current project. At this small size, especially with shrunken heads, the eyes, eyebrows, and lips are of particular concern, especially since the smallest size that crystals come in are SS3, which are 1.4 millimeters in diameter. As you can see on these shrunken Frankie and Laguna heads, you can't fit many crystals in that area. With Laguna, I painted her eyes using glitter, then her right eye has clear SS3 size crystals over them, and her left one has a single large clear crystal over it. I want to run further experiments with the large crystal gems later, but I'm not going down that path yet. I kind of like that effect, but I think maybe I didn't have quite the right angle for it. I don't think the surface is completely flat on that eye. The Claudine head is the only one that isn't shrunken. Even at full size, the small gems in her eyes still look pretty pixelated. The rest of her head is painted in glitter with shadows and highlights and everything, and then covered in clear crystals. This allows for better color blending since crystal brand products generally don't produce more than 3 shades of any color, if even that. Plus it allows for some areas of finer details, like with the eyebrows. I'll post again when I finish one, but it could be some time. Just getting this far on the Pave stage of Ghoulia here has taken me 15 hours so far. It's probably the most difficult part because of all the nooks and crannies here, especially with the hair. But still, I'm estimating in the end, I'm probably going to rack up around 150 hours of work on just this one doll, just the crystal settings. It took me like 7 hours of working on around the joints to try to get that all right. And hopefully make sure that I'm not going to experience a problem with crystals popping off when the joints move. But we'll see.